The year is 1903. Cars have been invented, but up until this point, they're just a luxury item. There are no highways, no gas stations. And those who own cars are just, extremely rich and they're wealthy. In a country club in San Francisco, sat a group of wealthy people discussing this fad of cars and automobiles. And some of them said, this thing is going to die out in a few years. I mean, this is not really practical. There's no use for them. And others disagreed. One of the people who disagreed is a dentist named Horatio Jackson. And Horatio Jackson said, I think these automobiles will take off. And the other said, how come? I mean, you can barely drive it outside the city. If you're going to be traveling from coast to coast, you need to take the train. Horatio said, I think I can drive from the West Coast to the East Coast in a car. And one of the rich people said, you know what? I bet you $50. Back then, it's like the equivalent of $1,500 today. So Horatio got a car. And since, he's not a mechanic, he paid a young mechanic to join him in this journey, just in case the car breaks down. And they started this journey from San Francisco. And it was treacherous. By the way, the deal is to make the trip in 80 days. So the trip started and the car broke down immediately as soon as they left the city. But again, the mechanics was able to fix it. And they kept on driving, stopping from town to town. Again, no gas stations. They rely on local stores to sell them gas that they use for farm equipment, so, just to fill the car. And the trip proceeded. And from town to town, people started to expect Horatio to stop by. Media started to catch attention. Newspapers are now speaking about this man who's crossing the entire country in a car. And while the trip progressed, more and more fans started to help Horatio. And when he approached their town, they cheer him on and they give him food, they give him whatever they need, they help him fix the car if there's anything wrong with it. And in 68 days, Horatio was able to make it into New York. And he arrived with a grand reception. Hundreds and hundreds of people cheering. He made what people thought was impossible. Now here's the crazy part. In 1913, 10 years after that incident, the United States government built the first interstate highway. Why did they build the highway? Because when Horatio crossed the entire country, people started to now believe that this motor vehicle thing can actually take you places. More and more people start to buy cars. And they start to demand from the government to build roads and to connect the country, which what the government did. All because Horatio made it possible. Often we have big dreams, but we're afraid. What if it doesn't work out? Nobody has done it before. So we wait. We wait for someone else to achieve it in order for us to believe in it and start achieving it too. But remember, nobody's going to remember who came in second. People will always remember who did it first. So, why can't you be the Horatio Jackson of your dreams? I bet you $50. Let's see what you can do.